What is going on, college basketball fans? Today we got a huge transfer portal commitment as Caleb Love is officially transferring to Michigan University to play for head coach Juwan Howard. This is Juwan Howard's third transfer portal pickup of the offseason. He's really doing work in the portal, and I'm really excited to break it down and give you guys my overall thoughts and opinions about this move, because from what I'm seeing across social media, this is a very polarizing pickup, and Caleb Love is really just a very polarizing player. So I'm going to get into it, break it all down. I'm going to give you guys my projected starting lineup for Michigan next season. And yeah, guys, subscribe if you guys are new. Let's go. So, like I said, Caleb Love is a very polarizing player in college basketball. No doubt he has superstar potential and he can put up some numbers, but the problem with him is his efficiency. Last season for North Carolina, he did average almost 17 points per game, 4 rebounds per game, and 3 assists per game, but his shooting splits are not that great at all, and North Carolina fans will tell you a lot. He is going to chuck up some 35-40 footers and just clang them off the rim at least a couple times a game. He is due for those. So in last season, he did shoot 37% from the field and 29% from behind the three-point line. And I also see a lot of people not liking this move because they think Caleb Love needs to go to a coach that is going to really discipline him and not allow him to chuck up these crazy shots. I kind of disagree with that, though. I actually like this fit for Michigan and Caleb Love because a coach like Juwan Howard, he is really going to be able to relate with Caleb Love, and I do think that Juwan Howard can discipline his players, and I think he would discipline a guy like Caleb Love, and I don't think that you need to take away the green light from Caleb Love. I think you just need to help him improve and work on his shot selection and know when to take those shots. And I do think that Caleb Love is a good fit for Michigan, and Michigan, it's a good pickup for them as well. They don't really have that many great guards on their roster right now. So picking up Caleb Love, he immediately, in my opinion, is at least a top 3 guard in the Big Ten Conference. So I immediately like the move for that reason, and definitely the best guard on Michigan's roster. So I think that this is a good pickup. A lot of people are also saying that they think this is a last-ditch effort for Juwan Howard, as he may be on the hot seat this season. I think he could be on the hot seat this season. I mean, not making the tournament last season with a pretty decent team, and also the season prior to that, they think they were an 11 seed, although they did make it to the Sweet 16. I think Juwan Howard could be in trouble, but I don't think it's a last-ditch effort. I just think he's trying to improve his team, and that is what he did by picking up Caleb Love. But this is also really huge because Michigan has 3 really big losses from last season, and that includes Hunter Dickinson, who is in the transfer portal right now. He will not be returning to Michigan next year. They also lost Jet Howard and Kobe Buffkin, both going to in the NBA draft. I'm pretty sure both of those are official, so neither of those players are going to be returning to Michigan next season as well. So this was a huge pickup, and it was the third pickup by Michigan this offseason. They also picked up Namari Burnett, the transfer from Alabama, and before Alabama he was a transfer from Texas Tech, so he's kind of been around a little bit, but he is a very solid player, and I think he could give them some really good minutes and probably be a starter at this point on this Michigan team. They also picked up a guy in Trey Jackson from Seton Hall. I really like this pickup by Michigan. I think that he will also be a starter on this Michigan team. And let's go ahead and go over my projected starting 5 for this Michigan team next year. So at the point guard position, I do think that Doug McDaniel will be the starter. Last year he did give them some valuable minutes off the bench and averaged 8 points a game, 3 assists per game, and 3 rebounds per game at the guard position. I do think the starting shooting guard will be Caleb Love 100%. At small forward, I do have Namari Burnett, the Alabama transfer. I do think that he would be a really good fit there at the small forward position. And at the power forward position, I do have a third transfer in the starting 5 in Trey Jackson, the transfer from Seton Hall. And then at the center position, I do have Terrence Reed. He was a player on this Michigan team last year. He was a freshman, and he did average 3 points per game and 4 rebounds per game. So I do worry about this team, though. The top 4 players on this team, pretty solid. A little bit of question marks there in the front court for sure, but they also don't have that great of a bench either. So I think that even though they already have 3 really good pickups, in the transfer portal, I think they need to do a little bit more work. And I think Juwan Howard needs to get another piece to this front court to be able to compete with this roster. I do think that this is a possible bubble team at this point. They need another good pickup to solidify themselves as an NCAA tournament level team heading into next year. And a few notable guys that I think that Juwan Howard should be looking at this point that don't necessarily have their commitments narrowed down on like less than 4 schools already. Ghana Onyenso, the transfer from Kentucky, highly recruited out of high school. I think that he could be a good fit for this Michigan team in the front court. And the big one is Caden Shedrick. Caden Shedrick has not narrowed his list down to many teams so far, so I do think it's still open for Juwan Howard to maybe go in there and try to get a guy like Caden Shedrick. I think that he could be a very good veteran piece to this front court and help them a ton, and also that allows them to have a little bit more depth as well, because I worry about this team's depth for sure. But let me know what you guys think about this Michigan team next year. Do you guys think that they are an NCAA tournament team at this point? Do you think they need a few more pieces? And mainly, what do you guys think about this Caleb Love pickup? I think I actually really like this pickup for Michigan. I think it is actually a pretty good fit. I think that Juwan Howard and Caleb Love will be able to coexist and work together really well, and that is why I'm excited to see this go down. But let me know what you guys think, and that is going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching.